What's going on, everybody? So today we're going to put lowering springs in Steve's Regal. It's not the most fun thing in the world. It's not my favorite thing. Usually I would make him do it, but I wanted to be able to film and show you guys how to do it just in case you didn't know. So with that, let's get started. So guys, I know we've been doing a whole lot of other stuff. I've got the trailer build going on for drag week. And some people might not understand this, but sometimes it's just nice to just kind of work on something else when you've worked on the same thing for 2 years straight. So it's kind of helping me kind of relax, but now it's time to get back to other projects, including Steve's Regal here. He ordered, I think they're inch lowering springs, inch and a half lowering springs offline, and some cheap shocks just to get the car the stance he wants. And I'm going to show you guys how to do it, but real quick, I want to let you guys know that the giveaway is over. We didn't hit 50, but I'm stopping it now. It's been long enough. So if you're already entered by the comments you posted on there, you got a better chance of winning. So I will do a drawing with my kids. I'll put everything in a hat, all the names in a hat. And you will have to contact me as soon as you can. But we'll get back to that at the end of the video. So let me get this moved around and I'll show you kind of where I'm at with this. So this is where we're at. Now there's some things I'm not going to show you because if you don't know how to do them, then you probably don't even need to be attempting to put springs in your car. Springs can be very dangerous. I have seen some pop out because people don't do it right. So we're gonna be careful and try not to hurt ourselves today. But as you can tell, sway bar is already disconnected on both sides. If you look right here, tie rods are already disconnected. I used a pickle fork, knocked them loose. We ended up breaking one of these, so it's no big deal. But the very first thing you need to do is slowly get the nut off the top. That's the way I do it. I know some people do the bottom. I prefer to do the top. So I'm gonna get the nuts, slowly back it down some, and then I'll show you how I'm gonna slowly take the tension off that spring. The shock is already out. So once this spring's ready to pop, it's coming out. So let's get that loose and get the cotter pin out of it, and we'll go from there. So I actually don't have a socket for this, which is great, I guess. I did get it with an adjustable wrench. I don't know why I don't have a 23, but it's loose. I've got a gap, and the next thing you want to do is hit this and try to get it to pop loose. Like that. Now there's a gap. So this is where it gets fun. If you look, I got a jack under the lower control arm. I'm using the weight of the car to actually push down to take the tension off the upper ball joint. So this is maybe not the safest way, but you can tell now it moves. So I'm gonna take the nut off, and you can do this with the jack. I have done it multiple times in the driveway with the jack. But the way I'm gonna do it here is use my rack because it's much easier. Now I'm gonna slowly lift the rack up and back up a little bit. So you can see that spring, it's still got a lot of tension. I actually need to take that brake caliper off, so let me do that. Sorry Steve, cut your brake lines. The brake lines were so dry rotted, I didn't even feel like fighting with them. He needs to get new ones anyway. which I think we're actually switching this over to a Blazer front end as soon as he finds one. And I'm gonna make him buy new brake lines, period, because those are probably original for the car. So now, so as you can tell, the spring is holding on for dear life. See if I can get it to pop out. See, told you, that's not safe. I don't know what springs these are, but even with the engine in it, the front end of this car was sitting like 2.5 inches high. So now let's get the other springs and try to get them in. So while I got the springs out, I'm gonna show you this. We're pretty sure this was a big block spring because of the highs it was sitting. This was a race car before. We're thinking the guy had a big block in it, which explains why it was sitting up so much higher, because the spring rate we think is a lot more. But if you just look, you can see the major height difference in this spring. So these are a BMR kit that he bought, and it is the part number is BMR-SP036RD. So I'm gonna get this one in, start showing you how to get this one in at least, and show you that it's not the hardest thing when they're lowering springs, but it's still not the safest. So there's a notch right here that this needs to go into. Now, something I just noticed is he does have a spring rubber in the top. I am gonna try to put it back in, but I hate spring rubbers in these things. I normally just take them out and chuck them in the trash because I don't really think they're needed. But this is not my car, so I will try my best to put it up in there. Just so y'all know, these suck. So, after some major fighting, this is still not safe, still not fun. Steve, I hope you appreciate this. Really guys, you should have 2 people trying to do this. The problem is, yeah, they make a tool to do this. I've never had success using it. The best way I've always done it is get my massive pry bar or steel beam, stick it in there, pry it in, and then let the pressure down on it. That usually takes 2 people. I'm by myself. So I did get it. Now I just need to go to the other side. Like I said, I got the little piece down in the groove. I did take the spring rubber out because I got tired of fighting with it. Oh well. But I need to tighten up the ball joint and get the tie rod back in when we get there. And he's actually gonna bring me his other wheels. So let me knock out the other side real quick. Y'all don't really need to see it twice. And then we'll go to the rear and kind of show you how easy the rear is. The rear is easy, it's great. So let's get to that. So my first video of this before it was done messed up. So I'm just gonna explain it really quickly. The rear end is probably the most straightforward rear swap you can do as far as the shocks and springs go. Put your shock on at the top, leave it loose on the bottom. You can put it on a jack. Sit your spring in there and slowly jack it up until it's got just a little bit of tension, and jack it up until you can get your shock onto the bolt on the bottom, slide it on, tighten everything up, you're done. Do it to the opposite side. Not gonna really go in depth with this. The rear is very, very simple. Pretty much anybody can do this by just looking at it. So with that, that's kind of done, and let's get this finished out. So, as you can tell, I didn't have the most fun. It's been a couple years since I've done front springs on one of these. And I probably forgot quite a few things. And As you can tell, I would highly recommend 2 people to help you. Doing it by myself, I've done it quite a bit and it's still not fun. It never has been fun. It's actually one things on older cars like this I really don't like doing is the front springs. But I wanted to video it for you guys. Probably is not the safest way. They do make spring compressors. I've never had luck with them. I don't like them. They're very sketchy. Some people have had luck. Some people like them. It's not for me. But that's really it. You can do all this on the ground. I've done it multiple times. Both my cars were done on the ground, not on a rack. I did it out in the driveway one time on the 88. So it's not hard. It's time consuming and it can be dangerous. So guys, take your time. Don't get hurt. It's not worth it. That's pretty much it for the suspension. We got 1 bolt we got put in down here because there wasn't one in the car for the lower shock. We do need to get the front tires and stuff here, and the front and rear wheels and tires, and see what it looks like lowered. It's supposed to lower it, I think, an inch or 2. I can't remember which one he got, 1.5 inches maybe. I haven't really looked into it. I just stuck it in. But guys, the giveaway is done. I got more videos coming from the 86 that's sitting outside right now. It's about to be drove back in here in a minute. I got one more video on the trailer of the outside that we've done. We've actually finished the outside, so y'all can kind of take a quick look. The outside's finished, it's painted. I'm gonna probably put one more coat on it. And actually every single door lock on this works. I've got them all working. So that was quite a feat. I have some electrical due to it as far as tail lights, and we're going to do some interior lights to it, so when you open the doors they automatically pop on. But that's probably it, besides the tire rack on the front, and it can be shoved outside. I need it outside soon. We're getting the heat in here so I can keep filming for you guys during the winter. We still got a lot to do to the 86 to make it ready for drag week. Hopefully I can come up with the money to do it all, but if not, we're going to be going out with a lot of hopes and dreams. So with that, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can see more videos. We're going to be doing another video of Kurt the Kart on TikTok. It actually hit 4 million views overnight. People were really interested in that. I've had a lot of comments, a lot of messages from Steve and Aaron that posted it. So we are going to do some videos of that. Steve's also thinking about building a 1000cc one just for fun. And maybe we'll start building one in here too, just cause, so we can all have one. So I still got the Monte Carlo go-kart sitting over there. I got another plan for it. But with that, guys, I appreciate it. Like, subscribe. It helps me a lot. Watch the videos, helps me more than anything. Until next time, guys, we'll see you later.